Hi everyone, welcome back. It's 11, it's 11 and I have to go to work soon, but I wanted to let y'all know what this video is real quick because I just decided to start it today. So this is me reading mystery thrillers or just thrillers, I don't know. We're reading spooky books for a week basically. I have one that I'm in the middle of that I'm really enjoying that I did not finish in my 24-hour readathon, okay? And we're not going to talk about how bad that 24-hour readathon was for me, okay? Listen. Next time it will be much better, I promise. But I'm about to head to work. Where's my Celsius? I thought I had a Celsius. Am I losing my mind? Oh, it's right in front of my face. Got it. Okay, cool. I don't really drink these, but I got up at 5 a.m. today and I don't know why, okay? And I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I don't know what happened. The reason why I'm starting this video right now, is because while I'm working, I'm going to be listening to The Crash by Frida McFadden because that's on my Libby app. I think it's gonna end up being like audiobook, Kindle book, physical book, honestly. That's seeming like that's what's gonna be the trend for this video. And I kind of like that because I'm kind of reading in all different ways. So anyway, have no idea what The Crash is about, but I've heard mixed things about it. I really liked Ward D and the Inmate. Ward D is probably my favorite by her, but I'm excited to see if this one is good. Kind of nervous, but we'll see. I just realized how ridiculously big my shoulder looks in this next clip, and it's because this is really big, and the way I was angled, it was like this. I look so buff, but like, please ignore that. Please ignore it. It's ridiculous. I'll try to make sure. I just wanted to wear a comfy sweater, okay? Jeez. Oh, yep. Oh, okay. It's been a couple of days since I've updated you guys on this specific video, and I finished The Crash, actually, by Frida McFadden. I started it today, and I finished it today. The day I said I was going to start, I actually didn't even read it. Like, I was listening to true crime podcasts and stuff. So I finished it, obviously, and I was not really that impressed by it. And I think that's the majority of other people's opinions as well. And the best way I can describe this book without giving anything away, because I went into it pretty blind, so it almost reminded me of Misery by Stephen King. A little bit, but with another added like thing with our main girl character. So our main girl character is pregnant, and she's 8 months pregnant. Her name is Tegan, and there's a lot of stuff going wrong, not with her pregnancy, but like her personal life and stuff revolving her pregnancy. So she decides that she's going to, well, her brother invites her to come stay with him for a while, and he's the only family member she has. So she's like, okay, that would probably be nice. And, he's like, I got a spare room, I can, help you. And she's like, okay. So she goes, and she ends up getting in a car accident. She is kind of stuck in her car because not only is it wrapped around a tree and she can't really move, it's also freezing cold because it's snowing. And that's what reminded me of Misery, because Misery, the guy gets into an accident and it's like snowing out, and that was kind of giving me the same vibes. And then there's this couple that takes her in and helps her, but things aren't really as they seem as she's staying at this couple's house, okay? And that's kind of how Misery was, in a sense. Like, at first Tegan's like, oh, these people are helping me, and then it's like, okay, are they actually helping me, or why are they keeping me captive, and like, all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of what was going on through the book. And there's this other plot line that was going on, and it kind of, it's like this book almost could have been two different books with the way it was being told, because you had this storyline at the very beginning of the book, and then that kind of gets like ignored, and then the end of the book comes back up, which I guess that makes sense, but it almost felt too like forced to kind of make those two stories mix in together. I didn't really like the ending. I feel like there wasn't justice served at all. Like, I worry for this child at the very end of the epilogue, basically. It was not my favorite, and like, it was entertaining enough for me to listen to the whole thing. Like, I didn't DNF it because I wanted to see it through to the end, but I don't know if I would give it a 3-star, if that makes sense. It was pretty predictable though. At some points it had me kind of feeling bad for this specific character, but then towards the end it's like, okay, I feel like I feel like it's just strange for these people to kind of get away with what they've done, and also I feel like it's strange for our lead girl to not do anything about it, if that makes sense. It's just kind of odd. We are not done with mystery thriller books yet because I'm actually planning on trying to finish Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. As you guys know, if you watch my 24-hour readathon, will you stop sniffing it? If you watch my 24-hour readathon with my sister, you kind of know that I didn't finish this book, okay? But I got really close. I'm on chapter 21, page 205, so I'm a little halfway through. And I really wanted to finish this book in a video because this is a newer Holly Jackson release. And I'm also really enjoying it. So if you don't know what this book is about, although you probably know, I'll keep it short and sweet. There's this girl, her name is Jet, and she has some sort of accident. Her brain is messed up and she is gonna die in 7 days. So with this, she decides that she's going to find the person that caused said accident, and basically the way she phrases it is that she's going to solve her own murder. So I've read 2 books by Holly Jackson, Good Girl's Guide to Murder and 5 Survive. 5 Survive I didn't love. I really hated the main character, okay? It was fine. It just kind of it felt really slow at times. And then Good Girl's Guide to Murder I really loved, and I gave a 5-star, but now thinking back on it, I don't think I would give a Good Girl's Guide to Murder 5 stars. I think I was just saying that because everybody else gave it 5 stars, you know, because I get influenced pretty easily by other people's ratings, and I'm trying to not do that. But so far, I'm really liking this one a lot. The main character is a little insufferable though. I don't know what it is about Holly Jackson's main characters. Pip wasn't bad, but it's just the girl in this book, she's really annoying. If you watch my 24-hour readathon, I was complaining about her like the whole time, but I think that the premise of the book is really unique and interesting because I've never read a book where, you know, the main character is probably going to die, and I don't really see a way where she won't. So I'm really curious to figure out what happens, and I'm just really wondering like who the culprit is and what's going on and things like that. It's flowing really well. It's pretty fast paced, but like I said, I'm a little over halfway, and I don't really think that it'll get slower from here. I'd be surprised if it did, but I just wanted to let y'all know that I'm enjoying it quite a bit. At this rate, it's looking like a solid 5-star, whoa, not 5. It's looking like it'll probably be around like a 4, 4.5 if it keeps going the way it's going, because I'm really enjoying it, and I've been thinking about it for the past few days since we did the 24-hour readathon. I've been really wanting to finish it, so that's why I'm going to sit here and finish it right now, or probably not, I don't know. I'll try to finish it, but I need to eat dinner. I don't like how this character conveniently has like duct tape and a flashlight beside each other, but is that weird or am I overthinking it? I also don't understand the description of someone having an old man laugh. Like, I would need to hear it. I would need to hear what that means. God, I hate the main character. She's so annoying. I don't want it to. No, I'm gonna get so mad. No. Hold on. Hold on. Stop looking ahead. It's so bad when I'm reading a thriller. It's better to read thriller on a Kindle because that way you can't look ahead because I'm looking ahead. Okay. That's what I was thinking from the beginning. disappointed is not the right word. I felt like the end was a giant dump. Like the epilogue was just a giant dump of everything that went down, and like explanations to everything and figuring out everything. And it was like pages of like this one person putting everything together. This had a really like good start, you know, like the first half, like I was intrigued, having a good time. And then it's like the whole explanations of things, it kind of just felt like a lot. I can't say that I was surprised, but it almost just felt very underwhelming. My theories were not right, were not correct, so I will give the book that. I didn't get things right, but I don't know. I think I just wanted a little bit more. I don't know. It felt like a lot and not enough at the same time. And I don't know why. This is the same exact thing that happened in 5 Survived by Holly Jackson as well, like her last book. I also felt like the romance was really not random, but like her main characters, her main girls are so oblivious to romance and like the guy that's like, you know, obviously in love with them or whatever. Well, I will say it was more obvious in this book than her 5 Survived book. The 5 Survived book I read, that romance felt really like out of nowhere. But the letters at the very end made me a little emotional, I will say. Specifically the one to her dad made me emotional. But I mean, it was still a unique premise, but I wouldn't say that this is like, I don't know, it's very much an average mystery. I don't think I'd give it anything higher than a 3. I may try to read 1 or 2 more in this video. I did pull Pretty Girls for my October TBR, and I've heard that one is gory and gruesome and all that fun stuff. So I think I'm gonna start that one next. I also just unlocked on my Everand app, which is like an audiobook app, Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. I may try to listen to that one, but I think right now I'm going to focus on Pretty Girls because I have been meaning to read that book for such a long time. I think for over a year. So I hope that it's good. Although I really want to read a book that will actually make me crap myself, but I don't know if there is any. Like, I've looked up horror books. Like, I want books to actually scare me. Like, I know Pretty Girls I've heard is like gory, but like, will it scare me though? I don't know. I may read 3 books for this video. Pretty Girls might be the last one, or if I feel crazy, I could do 4. I don't know. So far, the 2 thriller books that I've read in this video have been very mid. So let's go ahead and start the next book, which is probably gonna be Pretty Girls. I think I'm gonna pull it up on my Kindle because I don't feel like reading a physical book right now because yeah, I'm sick of holding a book. Okay, so I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on Pretty Girls. I did start Pretty Girls. I started the audiobook for it, which I'm glad I did because this book is not really what I thought it was going to be. It's not bad by any means. It's just kind of told in this way that's not really my favorite, which is really hard to explain. It's really kind of reminding me of Lisa Jewell's writing, and I don't necessarily like the way Lisa Jewell's books are written. So I knew nothing of what this book was about going into it, right? So I think I'm about halfway through, and in the beginning, you're learning about a woman named Claire, and basically something terrible happens to her husband, and he dies, okay? And she's trying to kind of go through life without him. She finds something on her late husband's computer, and this particular thing strikes her as like, it's awful. Basically what she finds is terrible. I don't know why I'm like sugarcoating it, but like, it's really bad. So she's trying to like understand what even this is, and she's disgusted, and it was pretty brutal when she was talking about it. So I would definitely go into this book kind of knowing the triggers and all that stuff. But so far, that's kind of been the only like gory thing. I don't know if there's anything else in this book later. Like I said, I'm like halfway through. We have like Claire's side of the story, and then we have another woman named Lydia. And what we come to find out is these 2 girls are actually sisters, and it's not stated right away that they're sisters. Basically, there's been some drama within the family about Claire and Claire's husband, or late husband. We're just kind of like following the characters right now, and there's other mysteries going on in the town because Claire and Lydia have another sister. I already forgot her name. I don't know how I forgot her name. Lydia and Claire had a sister long ago that disappeared. And apparently there's another girl in the town that disappeared. The thing that Claire found that has to do with her husband might tie in to the disappearance of this other woman. I don't have any theories at all. I'm just kind of like following along with the story, and it's definitely intriguing, but it's just not something that feels very fast-paced. It kind of feels like a more slower read, I guess. I don't know if that's gonna change. Definitely not like my favorite way a mystery thriller is written, so I don't know what more to expect, but I'm very curious. I thought I would actually read the book for this video, but it turns out I listened to like all of it. Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. This book is very hard to read for some people. It does have very dark themes. To me, there wasn't necessarily a big plot twist in this book. I wasn't surprised at the things that were happening, and I kind of just felt underwhelmed is not the right word. I just think I wanted a lot more twists and turns and like shocking moments, but not necessarily moments that just made me feel gross. And that's kind of the majority of what this book was. I know I listen to true crime. There's things like this that do happen in the world, unfortunately. And I don't want to like negate that. But I just don't think that this type of book is something I want to read about, I guess. The thing I did like about it is that these sisters come together to find out what happened to their other sister. They come together after so long. I felt very bad for our main character, Claire. In some ways, I think that she did a lot of things wrong, especially not listening to her sister about like a particular accusation that she had made. And I could not imagine being in Claire's shoes and finding out about everything that her whole life has basically been a lie. This book just felt so slow, and I think that if it was not for this video and if not for the convenience of audio, I would have DNF'd this book. I'm really disappointed because a lot of these books haven't been that. What are you pissed off about? What did I do? Why are you so weird right now? I'm trapped in here. Nope. No, don't act like that. Anyways, with that being said, so The Crash, I didn't love. Not Quite Dead Yet was average, and Pretty Girls also did not like. So I'm a little disappointed in how this video is going. So I do think I'm going to read one more book because all of these books have not been like the best, which is really disappointing. What I think I'm going to read is Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. And I've never read an Alice Feeney book before, but I hear a lot of good things about Rock, Paper, Scissors. So I have no idea what this book is about. So I'm looking at the description right now. It says, things have been wrong with Mr. and Mrs. Wright for a long time. When Adam and Amelia went a weekend away to Scotland, it might just be what their marriage needs. Self-confessed workaholic and screenwriter Adam Wright has lived with face blindness his whole life. He can't recognize friends or family or even his own wife. 10 years of marriage, 10 years of secrets, and an anniversary they will never forget. I hear a lot of good things, so I'm really hoping that this is going to be good. So I'm going to go ahead and start this. I hope that this is a good mystery thriller because I've been so not loving them. If you guys have any like mystery thriller recommendations, please let me know because I love reading mystery thrillers. And here we go. Amelia, February 2020. All right, let's get started on this. everybody, welcome back to this video. I have a mini Alani because guess what? I'm gonna finish this book. Last night I got to page 73 of Rock, Paper, Scissors. And then I got to page 177 today with the audiobook. And then I told myself I wanted to finish it on Kindle. I just said I'm gonna finish this book. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it tonight because I do have to play games with my friends at like 9:30, so I have about an hour and a half. It's 8 o'clock, and then I have my little mini Alani because I really want to be energized for games and also reading this book. And okay, how would I describe Rock, Paper, Scissors? Okay, the first thing I want to say is that I wanted to read this book because I heard so many good things about Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney, kind of like when I started booktube. Something about this mystery thriller book in particular that is very unique is that one of the main characters, Adam, this book follows Amelia and Adam, and they are married. And something with Adam is that he has this condition, I forget what the actual term is, but he has face blindness. So this means he can't remember anybody's face. So basically he can't remember what Amelia looks like, his wife, and like he can't recognize her face. It's just like a blurry Van Gogh painting is what he kind of described, like a mixture of like color and just blurriness. And I thought that was very interesting. This book opens up with Amelia and Adam. They are married, but they've been having some marital issues. Like Amelia wins this weekend trip from her work to stay at this like deserted chapel or something, and they are going to get out for the weekend, and she really wants to use this time to just kind of be with Adam again and kind of like fix their marriage. And there's a lot of weird things going on, and it's weird in the sense of Amelia keeps saying things like he doesn't know what's to come and he doesn't know what I did, but then Adam will be like, I think that she's doing this, but she also doesn't know what I've been doing. And I'm like, okay, these two are like keeping secrets from each other, and it's like they both have a plan for each other. And then you also get like this different POV of this other person that I did not expect at all. So I'm like really confused, but in a good way. It's like one of those mystery thrillers where you're getting bits and pieces and you're trying to piece all these things together and you're like, okay, how is it gonna make sense? But I think when we get to the end, I'm hoping it all comes together and makes sense. And now that I'm 56% of the way through, I think that I might have some theories, but I don't want to like put them out there yet because they're kind of wild and out there, and I don't really want to like say it. There is one thing that I think would be insane, an insane plot twist, but I don't think I'm right. We learned that Adam is a screenwriter, and that's kind of his thing, but he's been putting a lot of his work before his wife. Like, he cares about his work more. And in some ways, I can understand what Amelia is going through, but also she's doing things that I also don't agree with. But Adam is doing all these things that I don't agree with, and you know, we're learning about him and his screenplay called Rock, Paper, Scissors. And I'm like, okay, I'm kind of worried about that because I don't know. I feel like someone's gonna die. I don't know. There's this other strange woman that we keep meeting and getting introduced to, and I just don't know what's going on. And I really don't want to go into it too much because I feel like if this is like a good mystery thriller and so many people have raved about it, and if you haven't read it, I really want to like recommend it to people. So, you know, because I have a lot of friends that want to read mystery thrillers and stuff like that, so I want to recommend it and not give any spoilers. We kind of learned something pretty major just now, 56% of the way through. But yeah, I just wanted to give that little update. I am enjoying it, and I'm really hoping that this ending will be really crazy. I don't know how this is all gonna tie together, and I'm really excited to figure out what happens. There's a dog, and I'm scared about the dog right now. Oh. What do you mean just like always? What do you mean just like always? What do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, maybe that's not the dog. This doesn't make any sense. I'm so confused. This is so small. But like, I didn't want like a full one. Ow. Oh my freaking god. Ow. Got it. to happen to a dog, because now that I have a dog and I love him so much, and this dog is a black lab, and Marshall is border collie and black lab a little bit. I have to sit different because my back is hurting. I don't know what's going on. I'm 75% through. I've been reading for like an hour, and I just don't know. I'm gonna read this last chapter, and then I'm gonna have to hold this off until later, but like, I'm so interested to see how this is all gonna tie together. Ew! Whoa! I have to read this next chapter. Okay. Ew! I got goosebumps. Oh my gosh. Wait, so all those letters were... Wait. Whoa, wait, I'm just realizing other things right now. Wait. Oh, whoa. I got to page like, what, 120? I read about a little over 100 pages just sitting here. This is like fast paced. I love it. This is so good so far, and I still don't know how it's gonna... Wait, I'm gonna read one more page. Because these chapters are very, very short, by the way. So it makes it easier to like fly through them. But I'm gonna read one more page. Okay, I have to go play games, but I'm on page 251. Wow. Good job. Bye. Okay, everyone left. I thought they'd be playing a bit longer. Okay, I can read. Okay, I'm gonna sit here a little bit more and read, and I may move to the book room. I'm not really sure. Or the living room. I don't know. This is my office area. Boots is chilling. So I think I'm gonna sit in here a little bit longer and read my book. The mic quality is not as good. Oh, you see my dirty socks. Don't look at those. I'm just gonna sit here and read a little bit. So let's continue. I think I want to try to finish this book. I have an hour and 16 minutes left, and it's 1 a.m., but I really want to try to finish this right now. Ew. I'm so scared right now. I can't believe I finished it. The book said it had like 30 minutes left, but the ending was literally just a long like acknowledgements page, and also an excerpt from her other book called Daisy Darker. I liked it. I didn't guess anything. I'm gonna go to bed. It is currently almost 2 a.m. I finished the book. I'm really happy about it. I'm gonna talk about this book more tomorrow, kind of like think about it, like kind of stew on my thoughts a little bit, and then we'll go over the other books I read in this video. And I'm gonna do like a fun little ranking of like which book I like the least, and then the book I like the most. I think that'd be kind of fun. So this is the end of today's video of reading mystery thriller, spooky books, mystery thriller books, I guess. I read a total of 4, which is surprising because usually I do 3. Okay, so the first one was The Crash by Frida McFadden. I think through the majority of the time I was reading this book, it reminded me a lot. It reminded me a lot of Misery by Stephen King with just the way it was like introduced, because it's very similar. If you haven't read Misery by Stephen King, basically there's this guy, he gets in this accident and there's this woman that comes by to like rescue him and like save him and then take care of him, and then he comes to find out that the woman that's taking care of him is one of his biggest fans. She didn't like the way he ended his last book. Oh my god, I realized I forgot to put on my lip gloss. Did that make any difference at all? I don't even know. Okay. Anyways, with that being said about Misery, the crash is very similar because obviously this woman gets into a car accident and it's like also in the snow. I guess it's kind of just the vibe, but there's this man that comes and rescues this girl, and not only is she in this accident, her leg is messed up, she's also pregnant. Okay, so it's kind of like a big point of the book as well, and I feel like throughout the book I was interested and I was like, okay, what's gonna happen? And I was thoroughly enjoying it for the most part, but I think the ending just kind of left me with a lot, like, I don't know, with a lot of feelings, not necessarily good feelings, because I really don't think that justice was exactly served in a way, and I just felt like it wasn't realistic at all, which books are never really super realistic anyway. I don't know, I just feel like with a mystery thriller, I expect there to be a more like realistic ending and like justice being served and things like that. So I think with that being said, I'm gonna land on a 3-star for this book because I still enjoyed it. And I didn't want to put it down, but like, I think the ending could have been a lot better. And the next book I read for today's video, Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. I honestly really like this one. I think that this is probably my favorite Holly Jackson book so far. I enjoyed this one, although I feel like our main character, Jet, was so annoying. That's just me personally. She felt very cringy at times, and I was like, why are you talking like that? Like, what's going on? I didn't really necessarily guess anything, and everything made sense in the end with, like, the culprit, the plot twist, things like that. But I do think that I hate info dumping at the very last chapter. That's something I just don't like because it's just, it gets confusing, and it's just like, this character had this giant paragraph of everything that they came to, you know, find out, and they're telling this other person all this stuff. I'm glad that the writer of this book, the author, I'm glad that she did what she said she was gonna do. So for this book, I'm gonna land at a 3.5. It's not the best thriller I've read, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, there wasn't really any parts where I felt like it was really slow. I was intrigued the whole time, like I enjoyed it. But I do wish that the ending could have been not so info dumpy. I think that's my only problem with it. And I don't even mind that the main character, Jet, was annoying. I mean, that could just have been her character. I don't know. She just felt cringy to me. But that's just a personal thing. And, okay, Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. I had so many high expectations for this book. And I think when I think of mystery thrillers, I think of, oh, it's a page turner. Things are happening every second. It's never slow. But like, there was so much character backstory in this one. You learn a lot about the sisters and their home life and then their past life, like their current life, things like that, and things that they have gone through, which I don't necessarily mind, but to me with that, like, it was interesting to find that out and learn all that stuff, but I just felt like it was really slow, and that sucks because like a lot of people really enjoy this book and recommend this book. But if you're somebody that wants a page turner like Freida McFadden's books or like things that read very fast paced, I wouldn't recommend this for you because I think that you'll get bored. This almost reads like a dark fiction book. There's a lot of like dark themes in this book, and I don't want my rating to reflect how I feel about those things because those things are very like awful and they do happen in today's world, unfortunately. Now, the plot twists and the ending, I didn't necessarily guess the plot twist, but I think that the book made it very clear from the beginning who the culprit was, and I was kind of hoping there was going to be like some sort of plot twist with the culprit.
specifically like, oh, I can't believe it's like, oh, it went from this person and now it's this person. It kind of wasn't really like a surprise. I just felt like I could have like easily put this book down and not picked it back up. And with that being said, I'm gonna give this a 2.5. I feel like this is a very controversial rating, but that's just how I feel. And the last one, Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. Thank God I read this because this was my favorite one. So this one was really fun. I think I got into a little bit what it was about. It's about like this husband and wife. You're kind of introduced to them where they are going on this weekend vacation that the wife won. And they're like, oh yeah, let's go and try to fix our marriage or whatever because they're having some, Marshall, stop. They're having some marital problems. I didn't guess anything in this book. It kind of just has this like dark atmosphere, like they're in this chapel. It's very creepy. There's like they keep seeing people looking through the stained glass windows looking at them, and they get trapped and things like that. But anyway, like I said, I really enjoyed this one, and it did make me feel a little sad. Like I felt bad for one of the main characters, and it's dual POV. It's really fast paced. The chapters for the most part are short. There are some long chapters, but I really, really enjoyed this one. And I think this is definitely my favorite one of today's video. I think if I were to rank these books, my number 1 would be Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. Number 2 would be Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. My number 3 would be The Crash. And my least favorite, I'm so sorry to say, would be Pretty Girls. Just because I like mystery thrillers that are like fast, so. That is the end of today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to follow me on Instagram if you would like, YouTube, whatever you want. I don't care. Well, I don't mind. Well, I do care, but you know what I mean. Okay. Anyways, thank you for watching today's video, and I will see you next Wednesday for another exciting video. Bye!